Hey everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative, and I'm here to introduce to you the Garden Party Scallop Collage bundle from HSN. The florals in this postage collage set are so pretty, and they are great for a variety of occasions. We're coming into spring, so that would be great for spring and summer gardens, but also just to send a little bit of encouragement and hope. It's really a gorgeous stencil set. Don't forget when you get your packaging to open it up. It's like a little book, and inside there are some color layering guides and color inspiration, and it also shows you exactly what each stencil does. There's also a stamp set with some coordinating icons that you can use to bring that postage collage to life. And then there are dies that are going to go along with this as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting with stencil 1, and it is noted in the bottom right hand corner with a little 1 and then 2 and 3 for the remaining stencils. I like to use a stamp positioner when I'm using layering stencils, but you don't have to. There are etched guidelines on these stencils that really make it perfect to line up without the use of any kind of placement tool. But with the bright lights I use for recording, I find it easy for me to just kind of pop it in the corner of something that's not going to move. So here I'm starting with stencil 1. And I'm using that layering guide from the packaging, and I have it off camera, just off to my left, so that I can refer to that to see where I need to stencil. So for instance, in this top left-hand corner, there are flowers, but there are also some leaves. So you can see I stenciled some leaves in green and then the flowers in pink. That bottom left one, those are all flowers right now, so I just went ahead and did some yellow there. And I'm going to just blend through this first stencil with a variety of colors just to kind of bring a lot of color and dimension onto this card. Once I am done with the first stencil, I will remove that from my panel and bring in number 2. Now remember that they are noted in the bottom right hand corner, but you don't necessarily have to stencil these in order because nothing's layering on top of each other, so you don't have to go right in order if you don't want to. I'm doing the same thing as I did on stencil 1, just kind of selectively inking where I have greenery and where I have flowers. And I'm bringing in a couple different colors of green just to keep it interesting, because in the wild, all leaves aren't the same color. You'll find some that are more of a Kelly green, more of a lime green, and then even different shades in there as well. I am using a paper towel to wipe off my stencil in between my colors so that I don't get any blending where I don't want it to be. I don't want my blue, for example, to blend with maybe a yellow to accidentally make a green. So I just have a stencil or a cloth off to the side that I'm using to wipe both my brushes and my stencil as I need. I'm coming in here with the final stencil, and things are starting to come together now. I'm kind of just putting on the final touches to my flowers, some last minute greenery, some extra little layered bits where there's some depth of color and whatnot, and then I will be done. Once I'm all done, I'm going to pull back the stencil, and here is my finished panel. It's so colorful, but you can do whatever colors you want. So if you wanted to have a monochromatic, just a whole bunch of blue flowers or a whole bunch of pink flowers, you could do that too. I chose to go with a whole bunch of colors just to keep this really bright and happy. Now here are those postage collage scallop dies. I'm going to take the smaller of the die, this is kind of that inset piece, and I'm going to line it up so that it perfectly fits over each of my stenciled little pieces here. And I'm going to hold this up to the camera so you can see that this creates a debossed line as well as a whole bunch of debossed piercing as well. So this is different from the first postage collage die set from LDRS Creative, and you definitely want to add this to your stash. It gives you a completely different look. Now I have that Garden Party 4x6 postage collage stamp set, and I've selected some of the elements and I've arranged them over my panel, and now I'm just going to ink them up in black directly onto my panel. And then I took a piece of scrap white cardstock and I stamped some more of those little postage kind of pieces. So I have a little sentiment strip, a triangle, and then one of those rectangle stamps, and I'm going to add those popped up on my card so that I have a mix of stamped elements and popped up elements. I used that outer die that creates that scallop to cut a piece of pattern paper from my stash, And I'm putting that onto a yellow card base, and then I will add some foam tape behind my stencil panel just to create some more dimension to finish off this card. So here you go. This is the card completely assembled. I hope that you love all of those little debossed lines and all those stenciled elements. Everything comes together so perfectly. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.